Well, I am 1 week down on my proton radiation therapy treatments. So I went Monday through Friday last week. Today I start my second week, and they told me that it would be 35 treatments, so 7 weeks total. So I got 6 more weeks to go. That's that Grand Prairie math working for me at GPISD education. Anyway, so far there's not been any issues. I don't have any problems whatsoever. Everything is really good. And one of the things that I want to say in one of these updates, I've been meaning to say this, is I'm always saying that I'm good, everything's good, it's no problem, all those kind of things. And I just want to say that I understand that it's easy for me to say that when I'm not sick. I'm not having any real major issues. I don't have any pain, no suffering, none of that kind of stuff. So it's of course it's easier for me to say that. The only issue I have, and I've had from the beginning, or at least for a long time now, is I have fatigue problems, and I've had all my blood work done, to include testosterone, and my testosterone levels are really good. I know men my age, that's a problem that causes fatigue problems. So I've been asked, the reason I mention that is because I've been asked a couple of dozen times, have you had your T levels checked? Well, I have, and I'm okay there. So that's not the issue. My blood work is all good, surprisingly. Everything's good. So, I just having cancer, I don't have any issues. So it's just my working theory, and I don't know if I'm right, because I am not a doctor. I keep saying that. I'm not a doctor. But the only thing I can think of is my immune system is working overtime. That's what I think is happening. My immune system is working hard at combating this disease, and therefore, I'm having some fatigue issues. But that's okay. That just means Tracy allows me to take more naps than normal. So it's not, even that's not a bad deal. I kid, because I don't like being tired all the time. But anyway, so yeah, this thing, it's not a real, it only takes about 20 minutes for the treatments themselves. I have to be there 30 minutes before my table time, what they call table time. And they're always running behind. So I usually wait. My 1 week experience has been that I wait at least an hour or so just to get called back in the back. Then, I have to change. I have to put a gown on, take just my top off, thankfully. So anyway, then I put this gown on, and I usually waiting back there for another 10, 15 minutes. And then I go back, or it seems 10, 15 minutes. Then I go back, and the actual time on the table, from the time I lay down to the time I get up, is probably only about 30 minutes. And only about 20 minutes of that is them actually doing the treatments. And so it's not that bad. The only real problem is if you've not ever seen what they do to head and neck cancer patients, is they actually build a mask. It's a fiberglass mask, goes completely from the gurney at the back of your head all the way over your face and all the way down over your neck. And then they even, in my case, they even strap my shoulders down and they pin it on the table. So I haven't tried, but I'm pretty sure that there is no escaping that thing. They're going to have to get you out. So the first day, man, I saw that, and I was like, hey, dude, you need to show me how to get out of this thing, just in case there's an emergency. He said, man, we're never going to leave you no matter what. We're going to always, get you out of there before or anything. And I said, yeah. Well, what if the building's on fire, or some maniac's out there shooting people? He said, well, trust me, man, we're going to get you out of there before we go anywhere. And I said, look, man, it's no offense to you, but I don't trust you. I want to know how to get out of here, because look, man, I have seen I have seen what happens with people when, the shit hits the fan. And sometimes it ain't pretty. People run off. So I said, no, you're going to have to show me how to get out of this thing. So he did. And I'm not for sure if I could even get out of it even then. But anyway, 1 week, no problems, no issues other than, some definite anxiety issues. I don't like being in there. But, what are you going to do? I've always kind of said that I don't think I'm crazy claustrophobic, but I do have some claustrophobia issues. But, I just gotta deal with it. I just gotta get right in my mind and get on the damn gurney and let them do their thing and just keep my eyes closed. And, I know people are gonna think this is silly, but what I do is I close my eyes and I just try to envision Jesus. I mean, that's what I really try to do, because there's a real famous scripture that says, and unfortunately, I don't know the scripture right off the top of my head, but always keep your eyes on Jesus. So that's what I do, and it helps. It helps me. And so anyway, talked to the doctor last Wednesday. I guess I'll be talking to him every Wednesday going forward. And he said that I probably would not be experiencing any major issues until probably week 2, the end of week 2, or maybe even the end of week 3 before I start having swallowing issues or burn issues and all those things. Although they're not as bad as your traditional X-ray pass-through radiation, proton radiation still causes some of those things. So, I'm still going to have some issues. And, how bad it is, I don't know. I don't think that I'm going to have a lot of burn issues because I'm a darker skinned guy. I mean, what do I know? But I think that I'll probably be all right there. I'm sure I'll have to buy some lotion at some point and apply some lotion. He said I wouldn't have swallowing problems to the point of being put on a feeding tube. He didn't foresee that. He thought that was no way that was going to happen. But I would still definitely experience, some swallowing issues, and I would struggle to eat and stuff like that, which, I could stand to lose some of this fat beer belly anyway. But if it just gets bad, then I'll just stop. That's an easy thing to do. I'll just stop and I'll go back to only doing the fenbendazole, the dog dewormer, and the supplements that I'm taking. Continue not to drink any beer, to really watch my sugar intake and those kind of things. And there's things I can do outside of this. And I really believe that the fenbendazole was working at least to the point of not allowing it to grow at a rapid rate, at the rate it was growing before I started the fenbendazole. So, I feel very comfortable if I have to go back to just doing that and the supplements and the other things. Because the number one thing that I believe is that God has assured me that I'm going to be fine. I don't mean to be stupid about it and just don't do anything, but I'm gonna do what I think is prudent to do based off of what I'm gonna make my decisions based off of what I think God is telling me to do. And if this starts getting to be bad, I'll just quit. I think going back to doing the fenbendazole will be, I think God has given me peace, at least, that would work fine. Now, as I've said in other videos, I do have to consider other people's feelings. And I think that's the right thing to do. Not just, say, hey, I can take this gamble and I'll be fine, without considering my wife, most importantly, and my children and family. So and friends, I have to think of I believe that it's the right thing to do to think of other people as well. But in the end, if it gets bad, I may just get a little stingy about it and just, do what I was willing to do in the first place. It's just the fenbendazole and the other stuff. But right now, everything's good. It's just 1 week down. Still got 6 weeks to go. I'm feeling very good. And, life is really good to me. Life has always been very good to me. I am very, very thankful and grateful for the life that I have lived. And I am not worried about leaving this world. I believe that I will be here for many years to come. But should God decide to take me home right now, this very minute, I have been one of the most blessed men in the universe. And I know where I'm going. God bless you all. Love you.